YouTube, what is going on, people? It's the Red Mr. LFC Ninja. We are back, or I am back. Like, shit's just been happening with me. I've not been able to make any of these things for like the last, I don't know, 2 months or so. It's been crazy, but this is probably gonna be a one-off for a little while. I'm gonna try and do the second leg preview. I'm gonna try and do a post-match review of both these legs, especially from Anfield, the preview at Anfield. I'm going to try and do them all, and then obviously I'm going to try and do the final and the rest of the Premier League games. I'm going to try. I probably won't be able to, but I'm going to try. So guys, let's get straight into it. As you can see, we have our versus screen there. Let's just bring up the tactics board. Here we go. So as you can see, Barcelona's formation is there with all the players. We're going to start with Ter Stegen in goal, Lenglet, Piqué at the back, with Alba left back, Roberto right back, Rakitic, Busquets, and Artur across the middle, Lionel Messi right winger, Suarez up top, and Coutinho on the left side. As you know, Messi does tend to drift across towards Suarez, causing a bit more of a link up. So he kind of plays there more so than literally straight out wide along here. So guys, we really need to be careful of Lionel Messi for obvious reasons. Rakitic and Artur also pose serious threats in their ability to link up with Coutinho, Suarez, and obviously Messi. Busquets has seen better days, and I really think if we can keep the ball away from Rakitic and Artur, who are going to be trying to control the game as it's at the new camp, I think we stand a massive chance of getting in behind Busquets and really troubling Roberto, Piqué, Lenglet, Alba, and last of all Ter Stegen. So enough about Barcelona, because this is a Liverpool channel and this is a Liverpool supporter in myself, and this is a Liverpool versus Barcelona preview. So without further ado, let's introduce the Liverpool team that I believe Klopp is going to play against Barcelona. So obviously Alisson in goal, Robertson at left back, Virgil van Dijk centre back next to Matip, Trent Alexander-Arnold right back, Fabinho, Wijnaldum, Henderson. Then obviously we have Salah, Firmino, and Mane. Club substitutions: Origi, Shaqiri, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Naby Keita, James Milner rather. It works, same way. Joe Gomez, Dejan Lovren, and Simon Mignolet. Players dropped from the squad: Daniel Sturridge, Adam Lallana, Moreno, Camacho. Camacho hasn't really been a part of the squad recently since all of our injuries. As you can see, I don't think we have any injury concerns. I think Roberto Firmino was the only injury concern, but Roberto Firmino has since been deemed fit, if that's the right word. So guys, let's talk about this Liverpool lineup and where I think we could be effective and maybe Barcelona's weaknesses could show through. First and foremost, I feel like on the lines where we have Robertson, the Spanish Robertson, and we have Trent Alexander-Arnold, our academy boy wonder. I think he can definitely get in behind Alba, who's definitely going to come right down his side, trying to link up with Coutinho or maybe even Dembele down Trent's right side. But we know, we've seen what he's capable of with all his assists this season alongside Robertson, and a ball through to Salah in behind Alba or down the side of Lenglet would not surprise me for 1 second. That, I think, is pivotal to our counter-attacking ability at the new camp this Wednesday. I think he has to play. Robertson, not so deadly in terms of linking up with Mane. However, his assists and his crossings into Firmino and Salah on the opposing side has been also extraordinary. And although Roberto doesn't push forward as much as Alba, he does attempt to get there from time to time. And I think Mane in behind Roberto, and especially PK, who is definitely probably not the player he once was. I think Mane's pace and speed can prove them absolute problems. I think Mane's key in this game, I really do. So those are areas where I definitely think we can penetrate Barcelona. Now can our middle three, who I believe Klopp is going to go with, hold off Messi, Suarez and Coutinho? The lucky thing about it is Messi is going to drift. He does like that left side. He cuts across at times in behind Suarez, and he likes to curl the ball. Just pretend Messi's the ball for a minute. He likes to shoot from around here. He comes across, Suarez probably goes off in that kind of direction, and Messi comes across and then bang. He loves that into the bottom right corner of the net. So will he cut across Matip? I'd like him to sort of play in this sort of area here on Van Dijk's stronger side and what I think is our stronger defensive side. If Messi decides to play in and around here, we could have some problems. Luckily for us, he likes to kind of drift in here. In which case, we will have Fabinho not too far away, and obviously Van Dijk. It's going to be an area that is really, really ram-packed with bodies trying to stay tight and tail Messi. The scary thing here for me is that Fabinho doesn't stay up well when the opposition is on the counter-attack. We've seen him in the Premier League be beaten so easily. And Messi, I just think, does have Fabinho beaten. I think his low centre of gravity is just going to be too much, too twisty, too turny for Fabinho. And God forbid if we ever get like a 3-on-4 or a 3-on-3 or 3-on-2 with the wing-backs caught up the pitch and Messi has just gone past Fabinho. I can picture that, I really can. Coutinho running in, Van Dijk and Matip, Suarez, I can just picture that. I just don't know about Fabinho, doing the job on Messi when Messi drops deep there and Fabinho has to pick him up. I'm just not confident. The other workers I'm more confident with, not so much Jordan, but you just don't see Jordan being left on the floor after a tackle or a slide tackle. He doesn't dive in. He might get beaten, but he will come back at you. Professional foul, tactical card, whatever, to stop you progressing. So Hendo has that in his locker over Fabinho. Last thing we want Fabinho to do is be getting cards also. Wijnaldum, I think personally, will be the best person to kind of stay with Messi. They're similar height, similar build. Well, Messi's a little shorter, but Wijnaldum also has that kind of twisty, turny, kind of tracking, tailing ability. So I think he probably is the best man, similar to Herrera, how Herrera used to track Hazard, etc, etc. He just has that kind of build that I think Messi will find the most difficult to get past. Matip, I think, could also be useful. He carries the ball forward into the centre of the park, going around 3 or 4 players sometimes. 3 or 4 is a bit of an exaggeration, but 1 or 2 players usually makes some sort of forward pass. Usually it's successful as well. So yes, there's many ways where I can see Liverpool penetrating the Barcelona defence. It really is down to whether Messi turns up at the Nou Camp. I'm really confident in Anfield. I think VVD is definitely capable of shutting down Suarez. Suarez ain't scored a Champions League. He's got 4 or 5 or 6 assists, something like that in Champions League games. I already know what he's doing in the Liga. I know they've been crowned champions. Coutinho is sometime-ish. He was sometime-ish at Liverpool. He's still sometime-ish. We may even see Dembele starting. But I'm comfortable that Trent could end up teaming up on Alba. I don't know if Coutinho's got that speed, physicality to really get one over Trent. I can't see it. I think Trent would be too physical, and he's not even physical. Too fast and too well drilled for Coutinho to have any luck against him. Coutinho's best bet, what we have to look out for, is him cutting in. Enter Jordan Henderson with the job to shut that space off. We can't have him doing that. We know what he loves to do, cut inside. He loves that angle. We need to shut that angle and push him out wide onto his left foot, forcing some sort of error. The other option that Klopp might go for is Gomez over Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now, I'm not at all fond of this move. I've said time and time again. I've written it time and time again. Every time we've gone away and we've played this formation with the Brexit midfield, Henderson, Milner and Wijnaldum. In my opinion, honest opinion, I like that midfield. I don't think there's anything wrong with that midfield. A lot of people have a problem with it. They think Keita should play or Fabinho should play. I really like that midfield. And I think that is a good midfield to play away with. There was just a difference in how we used it to play away with. We didn't use it offensively in the away games this season. We used it to park the bus. And I don't really think that is the way you use that midfield. In my opinion, that midfield has to press. It was the same midfield last Champions League when we was pressing. That is how the Brexit midfield wins these games. It's by pressing. When you have this midfield and you're away and you don't press, then you come unstuck. We've come unstuck in all of our away games, other than recently when it's been different. But for me, Gomez is class. I don't fancy him as a right back. I will fancy him as a centre back, or just if Trent gets injured or there's he's just getting absolutely terrorised by Coutinho or Alba, and we need he's just having a mare basically, and we need some reassurance and strength and physicality and a bit better organisation. Obviously losing out on any kind of real attacking nous, then yes, I think Gomez would be a good choice. But you're playing a centre back at right back, and Gomez would rather play in the back four. However, VVD and Matip have got an absolutely magnificent understanding at the moment. Premier League games and Champions League games, I wouldn't put Gomez in yet to find form of a Matip. No way. So for me, Gomez does start on the bench. Right, so guys, now I'm going to do the team that I feel like we should put out. And obviously the back line is the same. We've got Alisson, we've got Van Dijk, we've got Matip, we've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, we've got Robertson, and my midfield is going to be out with Fabinho. We're going to bring in Keita. We're going to drop Wijnaldum into this position, and we're going to put Naby Keita next to Jordan Henderson. That is the team that I think Klopp should put out. Obviously, our attackers being the same as previous. Salah, Mane, Firmino up front, and with some slight changes towards the bench. I'd bring in Origi. As you can see, Origi on the bench. I've actually just realised I have too many players on the bench. So let me just track back a little bit just to straighten things out. So for Klopp's team, I believe Origi will be on the bench and Lovren will be in the squad. For my team, I believe Lovren should be dropped from the squad and Origi should take his place. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like we need goals in this game. I want at least 2 away goals to bring back to Anfield, because I think Barca are capable of scoring 1 or 2 wherever they go. So I feel like we need to score. Gomez could deputise for both centre-back positions, and he can also play right back. We also have Milner and then Fabinho on the bench as well. So I feel like we're good there. I don't feel like we need Dejan Lovren. He's more than welcome to travel away from the first team squad, however, and meet us at the match. That is all well and good. But in terms of being on the bench or starting, not for me. And he's been injured. He's had 1 game coming back, and he's been injured, and he's been ill, and he's back again. the consistency hasn't been there, and yeah, I'd just much rather Gomez and then Origi to take the final spot. And also just a replacement for one of the strikers. I know we have Shaqiri. I know we also have Ox who could play out on the left or on the right if we have an injury or something's not going well. So, I mean, all right, maybe Lovren does come, or maybe Lallana, maybe? No, not maybe Sturridge. I just think Origi over what's left is the best of a bad bunch. Origi's direct, he's physical, he's decent in the air, you can play long to him, he's an outlet, he can run the lines, he's just a bit more direct than everybody else. Salah, Mane are direct, but in a different kind of twisty, turny way. Firmino's direct in a different sort of way. Origi is has a little bit more speed than Firmino. He can get in amongst and be a bit physical. I just think he's worth having on the bench. So for my team, would definitely put him on the bench. So guys, I'm going to put Lovren back on the bench, and we will continue with 8 substitutions. Hopefully Barcelona won't recognise or realise, should I say. So yeah guys, so this is basically what I think the team should be. I feel like Keita can rarely get in behind Busquets. He loves finding spaces, drifting into spaces, drifting past players. I want him to do exactly to Barca what I feel like Messi can do to Fabinho or Ronaldo. I want him to beat Busquets. I want him to get in behind him. I want him to have Mane and Salah running in and Firmino maybe next to him or ahead of him. That's on the counter-attack, and he's the man that can do that alongside Oxlade-Chamberlain as well, who can do that. But I just think there's no question that he's in better form than the Ox, and he's a lot fitter than the Ox, and he's going to last a lot longer. This is going to be an intense match, and I just think Keita lately is coming into his groove, and this is a game for him. He has that ability. In terms of Henderson, he's also in great form. Was it 4 or 5 assists from his last, I don't know, 5-6 games, something plus a goal. Wijnaldum scored against Cardiff recently. He's been fantastic the whole season. These are our in-form players. Yes, Firmino's also in form. Last game he had the head injury. I don't know. Apparently he's fine. I should think he was fine. He looked a bit gutted about having to come off. He probably would have played on if he could. But my guy was on the floor, not even moving. So best precautions were taken. So, yeah. And Henderson will track back. And the thing is, Naby Keita tracks back, Naby Keita is also good for a high press, so is Wijnaldum, and so is Henderson. For me, that has got to be the midfield for this game. Klopp might go with a bit of a safer midfield and have Fabinho in there or have Milner in there. You might see the return of the Brexit midfield. I hope he doesn't. I hope he goes with a little bit of offence, just to give him something to worry about on the counter-attack or when we quickly try and transition the play. So yes, that would be my team to start Barcelona. So guys, my man of the match, I'm going to go with man of the match. I'm going to go with Sadio Mane. Definitely, yes, Sadio Mane. I just think he's going to offer something against Roberto and PK. Like Busquets, PK his best days are behind him now. Not sure how good this Lenglet guy is. You might see Umtiti back, but this was the Barca side that played Manchester United at the Camp Nou when they beat them 3-0. So I'm expecting to see this side, to be honest. But Umtiti might be back. Umtiti was on the bench in that game. But I've always thought Umtiti is a bit ropey at the best of times when it comes to defending. He's not the most solid defensively at all. Much like Pogba, he was an absolute myth in that French World Cup winning team because Varane was next to him with the rest of that sick 11. 9, should I say. Predicted score? Wow, now this is going to be tough, guys. Predicted score. I don't think we're gonna lose. I do not think we're going to lose. I reckon it's going to be 2-2. I think it's going to be 2-2 at the Camp Nou, and it comes back to Anfield. And yeah, we just need to outscore them at Anfield, basically. But yeah, I'm going to go with 2-2. My scorers, I'm going to go with Mane, and I'm going to go with Salah. 1 goal apiece at the Nou Camp. I hope it's an absolute 4-1 demolition of Barcelona. Truth be told, I would love to end it at their own ground, but yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I'd love it to, but we could be ended at their ground, quite frankly. So yeah, guys, this is my Barcelona-Liverpool match preview. I have been the Red Mist at LFC Ninja, and I will see you soon, guys. Let's do this.